We really only need to see our mouths for this. So if you want to like put your mouth over here somewhere, there we go. So you can see both of them.
Yeah.
So when we sing in English, when we speak in English, we use diphthongs. Do you know what diphthongs are?
Mm-hmm.
So in English, we say a, yeah,
I remember
yeah,
that.
right? So we have two sounds.
Mm-hmm.
But when we're singing concone or like in Italian or Spanish, like almost any other of the languages we would sing in, we'd be using open vowels, which means the vowel gets one sound. And so for a native English speaker, we would think of freezing our lips in the position for the beginning part of the vowel. So instead of saying a, we would say eh,
Mm-hmm.
eh, and just like freeze there and not close to the other half of the vowel. That's what I would love to see you do with concone. And also, this is a really useful way for an English speaker to think of singing vowels because the vowels can be more beautiful.
Yeah.
And for the genres you like to sing, sometimes we will actually want you to close to the second half of the diphthong on purpose because that's appropriate to the genre sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like country music, for example, does that a lot. Amazing Grace. I'm exaggerating, right? Because I don't particularly like the technique. So. But we would, like, if you were singing with a more classical technique, you'd be like, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. Exaggerating again, right?
Yeah.
But so we would stay open, open, open as long as we can, and then close quickly and decisively right at the end to the diphthong and ending consonant of the word. But we want to make that consonant at the beginning and end quick and precise and keep this tall open vowel. That's like kind of how I picture it in my mind. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so I want to like just nail down the vowel shape for you because I hope for you to think of these 5 shapes every time you're singing these vowels.
God.
Like for concone, at least. And like, even though you will want to change the shape for certain genres, having like this core, like kind of nailed down and consistent, I think is a good idea. That's my, and I'm the one your mom's paying to teach you. So
Exactly.
you get to learn my opinion. So there are others who may disagree. So this is an ah vowel shape, which I think of as being a 3 fingertip vowel. Ah, ah. 3 fingertips between your teeth. All of these vowels, we want the tip of the tongue pressed against the roots of the lower teeth. So you feel a little bit of the bottom of your lower teeth and a little bit of the top of your lower gum at the same time. So you could achieve this shape in different ways. I could achieve this shape like this. I'm forcing my jaw open and I'm holding my jaw open with my muscles. Ooh, ouch.
That's so
I
real.
actually
Oh
heard
my
a
gosh.
crack.
Yeah, that's real.
And so like that's one way of achieving the shape. A different way is just I let my jaw fall open. Because my head is released on top of the spine, my jaw can just
fall open, yeah.
Because of gravity.
Yeah.
Hashtag gravity. So that would be the more desirable option. So give that a try. Fall open. Oh, yeah, 3 fingertips can fit between. You don't have to force it and hold it open. You can allow the jaw to open and to stay released. And one other thought you would want to have about the jaw, which I'm going to talk about this most on the ah vowel because this is our most open vowel in English. We want to think of, so this part I'm talking about, you can kind of think of the front where your chin is. But we can also think about the back hinge here. You can think of wrapping your jaw around your neck. Wrapping your jaw around your neck. So just think of those words and try to let that happen as you open your jaw. Do you feel a difference when you think of those words?
I mean, like, I guess. It just feels like opening my jaw.
To me, I notice more of a difference in the back.
Really?
When I think of wrapping my jaw around my neck. Yeah, it feels more like this, like an elevator lowering instead of like a hinge.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I think whenever I'm like trying to do a vowel sound that's like that high is lifting my soft palate. Like that's like the main feeling that I get.
So this, you want to think about that, yes. But this is another part. And then we also want to think back here in the back of the base of the tongue sinking down.
Yeah.
As if you had like a sandbag
Yeah.
or like a tiny heavy pillow like resting on the base of your tongue. So try to think about all that. Fall open in the front, wrap around your neck, let the base of the tongue sink down, let the tip of the tongue stay attached to the roots of the lower teeth. So as the jaw drops, the tongue goes for a ride. Are you able to feel in the back?
Yeah.
Okay, now also let's add in thinking of lifting your soft palate on top. Can
Oh,
you think
I
about
did that.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So when you make that shape just now, did the shape feel familiar, like a sensation you feel at any other time?
Like, I usually don't open my mouth that wide unless I'm reaching like a really high pitch. Or something.
When you're not singing though, have you ever felt this?
Like when you yawn.
Feels just like yawning.
Yeah.
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 So that's the ah vowel shape. And we want to inhale through the ah vowel shape every time, hopefully. So you can think of that, release everything here, and just open the back of your throat all the way. Let your abdomen release, and that's the perfect inhale, almost silent. So let's try a couple of those. Just open on the top, open, 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 and let the release happen
With our
down
mouth?
low. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I never open wide enough. Like, I'm just not used to that. Like, it feels weird to me. That's not my muscle memory.
That's why that's why we're doing this. Sorry.
I know. No, you're fine.
Calling you out. Yeah. So I hear a little too much turbulence during your inhale still, which means too much constriction, which is why you hear sound, because you're creating
It's like no sound.
a smaller space.
Okay.
Yes, so we want a big space. So if you open, think of opening all the way down your throat, like, so you're trying to make a tunnel for a truck to drive down, or so a fly could like fly down your throat. One of my teachers said to me, I was like, ugh, that does not make me want to open, but
That's kind of crazy.
yeah. And you could think of this one guy who does the straight pipe breathing exercise I love so much. He talks about pretending your throat is made of a glass pipe, because we want like this smooth open space.
area.
And when you have that, your inhale should be low pitched like this, instead of
Yeah.
high pitched, which is a constricted space, or just silent,
Mm-hmm.
like you hear almost nothing. So try an ah vowel and open all the way down. Let your tummy and your pelvic floor release. And so let me watch you do it one time.
Okay.
Yeah, does it feel, because this, I know we're not, this isn't technically breathing, but they're so related, even though they're separate. This
Like drugs.
abdomen popping out can also be achieved in two ways, just like the jaw drop. You can do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not inhaling,
Yeah.
but I can move, I can make
Yeah.
the shape happen with
Yeah.
my muscles. Well, that's not helping anything.
Yeah.
Right? So this should happen as a result,
Yeah.
not a cause. The cause is up here. The cause is you made this shape. You made this space
Yeah.
by creating this shape. And the cause is you allow your abdomen to release and the air fills you up. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
so is that what you're feeling right now?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, good. And so the next two vowel shapes I think of as two fingertip vowels. So it's like tip of the tongue the same way, still trying to lift in the back, and we have hey,
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah.
So do you hear how you sound like you're saying ah? That's because the
Hey.
middle part of your tongue has to be free to move up for these two vowels, A and E.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't let the middle part, hey, of your tongue go up towards the roof of your mouth, you sound kind of like you have a speech impediment because your tongue's too flat here.
Mhm.
Eh, or eh, right? So you still want to sound like the real vowel. So, hey, hey, yeah.
Hey.
And a short vowel with A and E, both, you want to go A, E. But we want to kind of keep the corners as close together as we can for every vowel. Hey, E. Because think, if you start your corners like this, what happens to your teeth? They get closer together. If you bring your corners of your lips together, what happens to your teeth? They must separate, and we want our teeth to always be separated while we're singing. And in life, the only time your teeth should touch is if you're chewing. Otherwise, you're probably engaging in a stress response that's not helpful, actually. I'm tightening your jaw with this. So we want to keep our teeth apart. So bringing your corners together and like not really ever letting your corners go past this track. Hey, ee. instead of A, E, or you're spreading out. We don't want to open our mouths wide. We're opening our mouths tall by allowing the jaw to drop. So let's try an ah again. Ah. And then hey. Try the A by yourself. Hey. And then oh. Is the other O is the other 2-finger vowel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And then E. Which most people find to be the hardest. That was easy for you though, Anne. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, so for all of those, we can feel separation all the way around our teeth. So if you can, like, just kind of go through this tutorial, like try to watch, like, and listen to how the sounds change with the shapes we make. E as opposed to E. And just think through it like a time or two this week before you do your concone. And then when you sing your concone, look in the mirror or a camera. You can film yourself and even watch it back, which is even more useful than the mirror. Watch the shape here and here.
Yeah.
And feel in the back, because you won't be able to see like what's happening. And can you hear the difference in the sound when you make changes in the shape? And like, what sensations do you feel in your larynx in response to the shape changes? Because you should feel more ease and freedom in the production of the sound.
Yeah.
And so that's a physical sensation. And then you should hear more freedom, vibrance, and sparkle in the way you hear the sound. And you should see more space with your eyes when you're looking to see what's happening, to see what part you can see, because you're not able to see everything. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions? Okay. Great job.